Hello everyone, my name is Abdurrahman Watawara and today I am here to give the review on an amazing TED Talk. Uh, the TED Talk was on water, think again, and the speaker was Cave. Cave. So in this TED Talk, basically it's a thought-provoking and insightful presentation about the fundamental importance of water in human life from the very beginning. Cave emphasizes that water is not just a necessity for drinking, but it's essential for sanitation, agriculture, energy productions, and almost aspect of our daily lives. He stresses that due to climate change, population growth, and increasing demand, almost half of the world population will face water scarcity by 2030. And this issue is complex, not merely natural, but also deeply political and economic. So, Cave take us back through history, showing how the world's greatest civilization, like those along the Nile, Indus, and Yellow rivers, were founded in places with abundant water. He uses game theory to explain that although water is limited and often leads to conflict between countries or regions, it can also teach us the value of cooperation when resources uh, are scarce. Fighting over them may seem logical, yet yeah, collaboration can yield better solution for everyone. Um, Cave also mentioned that people often look to governments of new technology for answers, but Cave also pointed out that the real power lies the public social awareness and education. He explained uh, how everyday activities, brushing teeth, washing cars, gardening, go like unnoticed as contributors to water waste. He shares examples from places where water fight occur because one region's excess effect and others making the issue not just about water but about social fairness. Also, like through policies, he Cave says that through policies, insight and games theory models, Cave illustrates how self-interest lead to collective defeat. Well, while cooperation ensure mutual benefits, these are not purely mathematical solutions. They require social and cultural changes. He describes communities where people work together to solve water problem, showing that on a global scale, small cooperation could address this critical issue. And as well, I think that uh, I think the point which Cave highlight is the crucial role of media, education, and awareness in fostering personal responsibility and behavioral changes regarding water. He, as well as he and his talk with the poetry of Sadi, emphasizing humanity until like unity and sheer pain. If one part suffer, all suffer. This is the fundamental lesson of empathy and collective human experience. Uh, I think that as well. Okay, so um, I think that the present, like as he say that this is the uh, mm, okay, so uh, I think that as he say that this is the fundamental lesson of empathy and collective human experiences, like as well as Cave dives deeper into the global context of water scarcity, explaining how even advanced societies are changing their diets in a way that, uh, like for example, a shift, for example, a shift from vegetables to meat means multiplying the water needed to produce food nearly eightfold. With 2 billion more people, with 2 billion more people expected to join us on the planet soon, humanity need 60% of more water just to feed everyone. Yet we are already bankrupt in the in term of available water, uh, devastating 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 uh, prognosis, and that highlights the uh, like as well as he says that water's relationship with borders is another central theme, as Cave notes that water ignores political boundaries, flowing freely across countries and continents, while humans make territory with lines on a map. This result in 148 countries sharing 276 international rivers basins, where around 40% of the world population live, and 60% of our global water flow occurs. When multiple countries manage shared water resources, competition flares up as everyone tries to maximize this own use, building dams and building dams, diverting water, and sometimes wasting it, such as dynamics create chaos, and as scarcity grows, it increases the risk of conflict, even wars. He reflect on how water conflicts are really just about water. Instead, water is entered oh, with national identity, dignity, food, energy, and economic. In negotiation, water become a weapon used to threaten, bargain, or trade for others' resources, such as food and energy. Cave stresses that despite fears about water wars, history shows that cooperation is actually more common than conflict. When resources become scarce, and that humans have the potential to be more efficient, collaborative under pressure. Cave share personal insight from his experience growing up during the Iran-Iraq War, emphasizing his passion for both uh, peace and understanding the roots of conflict. This led him to employ game theory, a mathematical study of cooperation and conflict, a model water conflict to model water resources issue by simulating uh, like students and s- stakeholders. He reveals how self-interest can undermine collective good, but collaboration and empathy can overcome crisis and foster effective water management institution. One touching like any come from his visit to Ru- Rwanda, where despite extreme water scarcity, and a history of hardship, the local community chose cooperation over competition. People patiently waited for hours to collect drinking water, yet never fought over it. Instead, a this story demonstrate that cultural perception, not just material conditions, shape our responses to scarcity and adversity, as well as Cave concludes by like uh, okay, so hmm, like Cave also explores the uh, society has about water abundance. He explained that while many believe water is a renewable resources, that reality is that fresh water supplies are extremely limited, and uh, replenishing them is a slow natural process. As well as he discussed how unsustainable extraction of groundwater and overuse of surface water are depleting reserves, and at an alarming rate. This depletion lead to ecological damage, drying lakes, disappearing rivers, and shrinking what wetlands, which in turn affect local economies, wildlife, and climate system. So yeah, so uh, Cape also emphasized the power of individual and collective action. He encourages audience members to reflect on their own water usage, advocating for conservation efforts such as rainwater harvesting, responsible irrigation, and reducing everyday waste. He shared inspiring example of grassroots movements where citizens have come together to protect local water sources, demonstrating that change begin not only at the policy level but at the community level. As another point theme, another important theme is in his talk is education. Uh, Cave believed that raising awareness about water issue, especially among young people, is critical for creating a culture of conservation and responsibility. He highlight educational initiatives uh, and international collaboration that empower students and future leaders with the knowledge and skill to tackle water challenges. Education, education, he argues, doesn't just inform; it mob- mobiles, mobilize action and inspire innovation. So, um, and last, in finally, Cave circles back to the ethical and moral dimension of water management. He calls water he calls water a common good and a human right. So, quoting poets and philosophers, Cave remind us that water belongs to everyone. The idea, of uh, like he ends with an he ends his talk with an appeal for optimism, collective awareness, and practical changes in inviting uh, everyone to play their part in securing water for future generations. So, yeah, that's all from my side. I hope you learned from this talk a lot. So, that's all for today. And I mentioned the original TED link in the description, so you go watch and make a review. So I think that you learn a lot from that talk. So that's all from for today. So we'll meet soon. Till then, stay tuned with us. Take care. Allah Hafiz.